What is up, guys? And we're back for another one. So here I wanted to test how fast I could actually be. So that's why the title is How Fast is an Avery Dennison Certified Installer? Because I'm curious at this point. Now I have my other installers that work for the shop, and I'm always trying to get a gauge on how fast we should be able to get things done. Not for any other reason, for just efficiency, so that I can schedule things correctly so that we can make sure we meet deadlines. So here I decided to do that. Now this video is about 7 minutes long. And spoiler alert, I wrapped this thing in a little under 18 minutes, which is pretty fast. But I do it in a way that I don't think everybody would agree with. Most certified shops, and most people would, because this is never going to move. It's never going to come back. And that's great for the bottom line. And that's how we kind of wrap here at Neckbreaker. Like, we want to do a great job, but we also don't want to have the vehicle come back for any imperfections, peeling, bubbling, anything like that. So we try to mitigate that by doing overlays and inlays so that we can make sure that we don't have those issues. So here I'm doing a cap on the inside, but I'm laying down knifeless tape, and I'm also doing a cap around the whole edge of the mirror. Now the reason why I'm doing this is not because I'm worried about it coming off. It's more just a security blanket for the shop, right? I don't have to worry about these things coming back. They're going to look factory. Customer's going to be happy, and it's a repeatable process, right? We don't want to be doing something different every time we get one of these vehicles in. We want to have a process for my installers to follow so that everything looks the same when it comes out of Neckbreaker. Nobody knows who wrapped what because we all do it the same. That's what we're going for. Anyway, so man, this video is pretty long actually. I'm like already getting tired of talking. I'm noticing that my back of my head looks ridiculous. Anyways, so if you guys like long form of content like this, let me know so I can continue to make it. To me, this gets kind of boring, but I know a lot of people are like, no, it's not boring, it's interesting. But there, a second ago, you just saw my wife jump into the frame because I needed help to stretch it. We don't use any fancy tools here because of a couple reasons. I don't really want to go into them, but it's one of those things where we don't use the specialty tools because we really don't need them at the end of the day. They do make it easier, but I also think they're more of a crutch. Like, let's say you go on a job out of town and you don't have your tools. What are you going to do then? You're not going to know how to do it without the tool. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a crutch in my opinion. I don't need anything except my knife and my squeegee. That's about it. So here I'm just cleaning up the cut, and if you notice, whenever I'm doing these things, I'm not wasting any time. So from the beginning, I started clay barring, wiping down, squeegeeing into the recessed areas and the crevices. And I did that because I wanted to show you guys that this is start to finish, right? I'm doing the cleaning process, I'm doing the wrapping process, I'm doing the post-heating process, and all the edge sealing process, all in this one video, 18 minutes. Now, the reason why I wanted to show this is because I think people have a skewed mindset on how wrap's supposed to be laid down, but also how long it should take. So here I'm just showing you guys the process. Now, in my process, like I said, it's all about keeping quality up with keeping mistakes down. So here I'm going to be adding the cap soon. And here I forgot that I had to keep unlocking my phone because this was like a video that I just thought of on the spot. So I just threw up the phone, threw up the camera, and started moving. So post-heating is a big thing. So even though I know that there's no stretch on that edge, I'm still going to heat the heck out of it, make sure that it's not going to move at all before I start pulling knifeless. That's one of the big issues that I see, not with knifeless, but like any cuts that people do. Before they even heat it to make sure it's not going to jump back, they already cut it. Then they heat it afterwards, which I think is counterintuitive. Like, you should be heating up the vinyl well before you even think about cutting. So that you can make sure that it's not going to jump on you. And that's how you know already if it's going to shrink back on you over time. So when things start shrinking back, although we're not perfect, we try to mitigate that, but it's usually because they didn't heat it up before to make sure. So they're going over everything one more time, just making sure that nothing's going to jump on me. And now we're doing the top edge. And this I usually do in matte black, so I'll lay the knifeless, I'll do a larger than needed matte black strip, put it on there, cut the knifeless, then cut inside the gap on the top of the mirror. So this is a 3-piece mirror, and like I said, if you're just skipping across this video, the reason why we do that is because we want to make sure that we don't have these things come back, protect the bottom line, and it's repeatable for other installers to do it in the shop once we hire more. So here, just making sure that the edges is tucked really good. The edges are tucked really good. Again, I'm going to cut in that gap. If you guys want to see anything else we do around the shop, I can make videos for it. I'm always so busy doing other things that I haven't really had the time to come up with ideas and stuff, but I really don't want to do anything that everybody else is doing out there. I see a bunch of talking head videos, boring. I see a bunch of just cool transition videos, whatever. I want to do something different in the industry, something that nobody's done. If you guys have any ideas or want to see anything specific, let me know. But yeah, just finishing it up here, making sure all the cuts in the corners look rock solid. I'm pulling knifeless right there, and actually, yeah, I did that opposite. So I made the cut in the gap first, then I pulled the knifeless tape. No, vice versa. And the reason why you want to do that is because whenever you pull a knifeless tape, if the piece is too thin, it can come up with the material. So knifeless tape, pull that out, then cut in the gap. There you go, she's done. And I'm about to check the clock here in just a minute. And I literally did everything, so now I'm doing the final wipe down. Final post heat. And I'll show you guys the time. 17:30 seconds. See you guys on the next one. Peace.